Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Billy Alexander, and here we are again live in the PWA studios for Inside the Locker Room. Now, I do have a special guest today that a lot of you fans know by the All-American Brent Dunn. He's a new guy. He's a rookie. He's one of the graduates from the first ever Pinfall Academy. But let's start off with who is Brent Dunn first. Ladies and gentlemen, the All-American Brent Dunn.
Well, thanks, Billy. I appreciate this opportunity to get to talk to some of the PWA fans. Most of them have seen me in action, and I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I did graduate from the first ever Pinfall Academy class. I think we started with 18 people on night one.
Somewhere around there.
And I think we might have graduated 2 without previous wrestling experience. I think the average age there might have been 22 or 23. But I was one of the first graduates of the PWA Pinfall Academy. I'm very proud of that. It took a lot to start all over at square one, so to speak, after 19 seasons of semi-professional football. Those 19 seasons ended in 2010 when I was inducted into my first Hall of Fame for semi-pro football, the American Football Association Hall of Fame.
Yep. Congratulations on that.
Well, thank you. Thank you. A few years later, another Hall of Fame called me, and I was able to, and lucky enough to be inducted there. So, you know, when you get a Lifetime Achievement Award, they kind of want you to hang up the helmet, so to speak.
Sure.
But man, for 4 years after hanging that helmet up, I sure didn't know what to do with myself. I missed the contact. I missed the athleticism, and I found a great niche here in the PWA to fill a hole that I had in my life for the last 4 years.
I remember that day because I was sitting at home working on some stuff for, I believe, for one of the shows or something in the studio, and I get a text and it comes across my screen. I was like, damn, I haven't seen this guy for years. I mean, this guy and I used to butt heads on the football field. I mean, that's how long it's been, guys.
Yeah.
And he says, hey, he's like, Billy. He's like, what's up, man? He's like, I'm bored, man. I got to get back out. I got to do something. I got to smash somebody. I got to crack some skulls. And I'm like, whoa, calm down, man. What are you talking? We're past football. We can't play that no more. No, man, I want to get into wrestling. I'm like, whoa. So this guy calls me up and he says, what do I got to do? How do I get in over there with you guys? What do I got to do to step foot in that ring? The first thing I say is, are you sure you're ready for this? I mean, physically, can you do this?
What a whole different set of muscles. What a whole different kind of athleticism. And when I say starting at square one, Billy, that's what it was. I was a fish out of water, running the ropes, having to be able to grab onto guys instead of not, I was an offensive lineman, got in trouble for all that holding. But the one thing I didn't get to do on the football field, at least without usually getting one of those little yellow flags thrown around and us walking backwards 15 yards, was get to show my personality out there and get to show everybody what makes me passionate, and what really drives me. Under that helmet, there's not a lot of personality, but out here in the ring, it's all personality. I get to go out there every match carrying one of the things that's most important to me. I use the name All-American, and yeah, one of these rings says All-American on it, and I was an American Football Association All-American. But when I think about All-American, I think about the guys who have defended this flag. I think about the guys who get to hold it high and get to be proud of it. And we start off every one of our events with the national anthem.
Yep.
And you can bet you're behind that you'll see me out there every time holding that flag high. And that's something you don't always get to do when you're just a number on a jersey, but something you sure get to do in the ring.
Now, you were speaking of the gridiron. 19 seasons.
Yeah.
What exactly was it that made you make that choice to say 19 is enough? I could reach that 20 on the tip of my finger, but 19 was enough.
That that kind of boils back to the Hall of Fame things. That's when it happened for me. And like I said, that's a Lifetime Achievement Award. And I don't think I was ever the best player on any team I played on. But I hung around the longest. Yeah. And I kept playing, and I continued to get better, not just through my 20s, not just through 30, but through my 30s, I continued to get better and continued to work at it. And so when people recognize that, I think you can look back and say, I've gotten to that mountaintop now, and I don't have anywhere else to go here. Obviously the NFL is not going to call for a guy who's 35 years old, but I've got a whole new mountaintop to climb now. And champions don't stay down for long. I'm new to this. I learn stuff every day.
Right.
But I get better, and they've raised my arm more times than they haven't, and I'm going to continue to climb this new mountaintop. There's just, you don't know what you've got. You can't appreciate what you've got till you give it all away, start again with nothing, and start that climb again. And that's what I've done. And I can tell you what, I don't know if it'll take 19 years or 16 years or 19 seasons or 45 events, but I'm climbing that mountaintop again. And someday I'll have that PWA heavyweight title around my waist. There's no doubt about it. I will continue to do whatever it takes to get there.
Spoken like a real rookie, folks. Now,
you wait.
We'll write that on my calendar that on this date. But the thing about it is you stepped into a whole new world. I mean, it's totally different to sit at home with the family and watch it on TV and see what those guys do and watch the greats. I mean, you said something about being a two-time Hall of Famer. I mean, there's another two-time Hall of Famer in this business, and that's right, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. So when you step foot into this and you look, the very first day you look up there and you see the guys in there and you see the ring and you see what you're going to have to put your body back through and hope that you get out of bed the next day. Mm-hmm. What exactly was that like? I mean, what did it do to you physically, mentally, emotionally to come in here and say, I'm going to be a professional wrestler now at my age, and I'm going to do it. So you step foot in the Pinfall Academy, right. And I believe at the age of 40?
I was 40.
You're one of the oldest members of the Pinfall Academy, one of the first graduating class at that age. What was it like for you, that emotion, the physicality and everything to you? What was it like?
Well, luckily, I mean, I was blessed with some size and blessed with some power. Age is just a number. 19 seasons is a number. 41 years old is a number. I don't feel that old. Sometimes I do the next morning. But you know what? I was fortunate. I had good trainers in the PWA Academy. For that first season, Guy Smith pretty much just took everybody who was serious about it. He took about 2 weeks, and he weeded out everybody who was serious.
I was there. I remember. I watched you guys all go from up here all the way down here, and then it spread to those few.
Yeah.
That was it.
And then the guys who were serious about it, that would include myself, Roscoe, Bradley Stevens.
The returning Bradley Stevens at that.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, and he had some experience, and so did Knucklehead had some experience. But those were the guys. And once we committed, he committed to us, and he gave us the tools that we each needed in a different way to get to where we are today. I'm not going to wrestle the same style as Roscoe.
Sure.
So I can say that Guy worked with us, and helped us find our own style. And he helped me find ways that, wrestling my first match at 40 years and 9 months old. By the way, I won that match. He gave me a way that I could do it, and I could do it well, and that I could feel good about doing it. So I love this. There's something missing from my life when I don't wake up with some aches and pains. Yeah. It was missing for 4 years. I don't feel like I've done it.
That means you were healthy, though.
Yeah. Healthy body, healthy mind. I didn't have a healthy mind. Billy, maybe I've got some brain dysfunction, but unless I'm running into people, knocking them down, picking myself up, and throwing my body around, I don't feel like I'm really living. And so my body might have felt better, but you know what? Got a little soft.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I didn't have some aches and pains, but pretty soon it hurt to pick up things that used to be easy. Hop in this ring, run around for a while, you know, do your 100 push-ups and your 100 squats and your 100 crunches, and tell me that anybody who's 41 can't use that. The aches and pains, man, that's the best feeling in the world after you've went out there and given your all.
Now, you've had yourself a handful of matches, a couple of battle royals, a couple of tag team matches, singles matches.
Yep.
You've tagged with Roscoe, who was also a graduate of that class.
Yep.
Now, for you yourself, being new to this and just learning a lot of it, do you find yourself as a tag team? Do you find yourself as a singles competitor? Or do you just kind of, whatever happens, happens?
You know, I'm open to any challenge. It is truly whatever happens, happens. If there's opportunity out there in the singles world for me, well, I'm going to take it. If there's opportunity out there in a battle royal, you know, where the winner might get a shot at a belt, I'll take that. Yeah. If there's opportunity out there for me and Roscoe to get in a match with the Disrespecticons back in February for a shot at that title, I'm going to take it. I'll take whatever shot they give me. One thing I'm not is afraid to step into that ring. You know, I look at these guys around like Guy Smith, and Tom Arson, and Blake Steele, and I say, well, a lot of people would say, boy, Brent should really emulate them and try to get to where they're at. Brother, I've been where they're at. I just have to get back there. And I'll do whatever it takes to get there. Singles, doubles, you want a fatal four-way? Sign me up, man. I'm ready.
Now, see, here's the other thing is you are a big man in this sport. I remember the day that when you showed up, I took you upstairs in the locker room who had Guy Smith, who's no slouch himself. You have John Magnus, who's no slouch himself. You get a little bitty short slitsy. He is a pretty good slouch. But when I took you in there, and they all looked at you and they went, "Holy!" And I said, "Yeah, this is the new big man." Mm-hmm. You sit here and you could say that you're ready for that battle royal, or you're ready for this or for that, but you could find yourself standing toe to toe at the same time in one of those battle royals with a Guy Smith or a John Magnus, and those are pretty big guys themselves, and you know they pack a pretty good punch.
Yeah. I mean, football was full of 300-pounders, Billy, and you know, nobody ever won a battle by walking away from it. They may have some knowledge that I don't have. They may have some tools that I don't have. They may have as much desire as I have, but I don't think they have more. I'm here to make my name. And you know what? I think about it. I'm 41 years old. I don't have forever to do it.
Right.
You know, I mean, my time, ideally, I would have started doing this when I was 22 and be talking today about everything I've accomplished. My time is now. It has to be. And so I don't have any choice but to take on every challenge that comes my way and to meet it head on with all the enthusiasm and all the power that I can. That's what I've got to do, and that's what I'm here to do.
So you said it doesn't matter if it takes you 19 seasons or 16 years or 5 years or whichever. Theoretically speaking, where do you see the All-American Brent Dunn in the next few years here in Pinfall Wrestling Association?
I can't see myself anywhere but at the top. I spent 16 years, 19 seasons, you know, whatever. And I did. I put gold on every one of these fingers. Every one of them. There's not one of them missing. I'll take as much time as it takes to wear some of that around my waist. That's what I want. I want that gold around my waist, and that's what I want to feel. I don't know I don't know how to be second place. And if I've ever been there, I haven't been there for long. So I see myself at the top of the heap.
Okay. All right. Well, if you've been familiar with the show, after we get the fans a little insight on who you are, we go into word association.
Okay.
Being a rookie here in PWA, I'm not sure if
you haven't given up on that.
Hey, rookie. I mean, it happens. I mean, look at Roscoe. He's somebody's coined him the rookie sensation. I've seen it many a times.
They didn't ask me.
Well, maybe you can ask him that when you guys are face to face for a title or something down the line, many roads.
No problem.
Zero Hype Guy Smith.
It's a class act. I mean, if we had to meet in the ring, I wouldn't have a lot of nice things to say because that ring's not real life. But I would not be able to compete at the level I am now without Guy Smith. He stepped in and he trained us. And he gave me the knowledge to be able to do this. And I'll always be grateful for that. You don't want to say too many nice things about people you may someday have to see in there. But you and I were friends, and we wore different jerseys back in the day. But we weren't friends for 60 minutes. I promise you that.
Right.
He is a class act.
How about Bradley Stevens III?
Bradley Stevens III. How about one word? How about exuberant? Have you ever watched Bradley Stevens come to the ring? I mean, this guy is a caricature of himself. Okay, and I'm not. But my debut was a year ago, October, so I'm not even a year into it yet. But I know there's guys around the locker room who take notice of the All-American Brent Dunn. I'm not going to say anybody's scared of me. I'm not going to say anybody's trying to avoid me. But when I hit that locker room, eyes go to the side. Eyes look to see who that was that just came in. I want to exude confidence, not cockiness. And I believe I do that. And I believe there are people here in the PWA who are starting to take notice.
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the All-American Brent Dunn, I want to say thanks for coming on the show and taking time out to speak with the fans and everything out here.
Thanks for having me, Bill.
Hey,
I appreciate it.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is another edition of Inside the Locker Room with one of the newest additions to PWA, the All-American Brent Dunn, which you can check out all the time at one of the PWA events. We'll see you next time inside the locker room.